Hello, you guys. Welcome back to UCHAPS. We are here for our Facebook Live portion of our. Well, we were supposed to have a webinar, but we had some technical difficulties. But we are here. We still got our local activist Kahlib Barton here with us today, and we're just going to have a little discussion about PrEP and PEP. So, Kahlib, can you tell us how did you first hear about PrEP?
So I first heard about PrEP through, well, first of all, when I moved to Denver, Colorado, and I'm a person living with HIV, so it's the first time I actually was able to get into care. And so from getting into care, meeting the people there, I kind of heard a little bit about PrEP, and I still wasn't completely I guess clear about exactly what it does or convinced that it worked.
Right.
And so it took some time for me to kind of like educate myself a little bit more around what PrEP is and what it does for people.
Okay. And can you share with us how did you actually introduce PrEP into your relationship?
Yeah, so I was working at Us Up in Us as a PrEP program coordinator, and through that work I kind of I felt like the passion or the necessity behind PrEP, because I was obviously encouraging other people to take it.
Right.
And so actually my boyfriend now, who was not my boyfriend at the time, we were just friends, was also working at Us Up in Us, and he was kind of like under the PrEP coordination program as well. So he was already aware of like what it does.
Right,
and so we spent some time just being friends and getting to know each other.
Of course.
And so before we were even like actually dating or in any type of intimate relationship, he was already accessing PrEP.
Okay.
But he just hadn't been consistent in his use of it.
Okay.
And so whenever we got in a relationship, we got together, we had a very hard conversation about like onus and responsibility.
Right.
And you know, I made it very clear to him that I never wanted him to seroconvert while we were dating. It would hurt me. But I also wanted to make sure that he understood that, you know, that I am someone who takes their medicine, so I'm undetectable, but if he wants to feel more safe, if he wants to feel more secure, and also just to have a little bit more, I guess, precaution in place, that he should access PrEP.
Right.
And so because of that, you know, he decided to get back on PrEP and start to take his, and I think pretty much being as consistent as possible since then.
Well, that's good. That's definitely good. And so how about for any young black men or women that are in your situation or maybe thinking about taking PrEP, what would you tell them as far as the importance of taking PrEP and knowing your status?
I would say that it's very important. I would say that knowing your status, it could be the difference between you living a very long, healthy, successful life and you shortchanging yourself. And I'll also say that because of the prevalence of the virus in our community, specifically as Black queer individuals, it is recommended to have some sort of contraceptive, and PrEP has been proven to be effective. I think that a lot of us have the tendency to kind of throw it out because they see it as an excuse for folks, you know, to have more promiscuous sex, quote unquote. Although I have my beliefs on that, won't go down that pipeline. I think that it is something that is going to be important for us as queer people to make sure that we stay safe. Additionally, I think that whenever you become intimate with somebody, whether they're HIV positive or not, there's always the possibility of them seroconverting while they're in a relationship with you. And additionally, there eventually might be the desire to have sex without a condom.
Right.
And so making sure that you have as much precaution in place as possible for that, you know, I think is better.
Yeah, well, that's and we want to thank you for being candid and open about that and your experience with your partner. Has your partner told you any symptoms he's had? If there are any symptoms, has there been any delays or any type of any hesitation on his part? Can you share that with us?
No, not any symptoms. I think that the main thing we both struggle with is just remembering to take it every day.
Right.
It's hard. It's not easy. And I mean, like we try to remind each other, of course, so that's like we have each other to be accountable for. But you know, sometimes things just get really really busy,
Right.
and you know,
Yeah.
we forget. So, you know, we have conversations about kind of like realistic expectations, you know, to make sure that we understand, like, okay, we won't be perfect people to take this
Right.
every single day, but we
Right.
have a commitment to remind each other to do it as much as possible. And I think that that's what's been like most helpful for us, just kind of remembering for each other, like, hey, you know, don't forget to do this today, blah blah blah. But it is something that I think a lot of the time we struggle with. If you are someone who's accessing PrEP, have realistic expectations, and
Right,
someone
right.
who's also HIV positive, that is accessing your medication, you know, be okay with being human and making a mistake sometimes.
Right. Schedule it. Use your phone.
Yeah.
Put it on the calendar. Something.
Get you as many reminders and
Right.
any methods you can to make sure you remember it. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Well, we want to thank you, Kahlib, so much. We really appreciate it, like I said, for you being candid and open about your use of prepping with you and your partner. And we thank you for coming in today. You guys, thank you for watching us. We'll see you. We will be rescheduling the webinar for next Wednesday at same time, 2 o'clock. So we'll see you guys then for Prep and Prep Access Innovative Solutions for hard to reach areas. Thank you.